Hey guys, this is episode 2 of my Road to a 2-Plate Bench Press series. This is my secondary bench day, so I'm hitting some Yukon bar bench today. We noticed last block that my pecs seem to be a little bit of a limiting factor on my bench because I feel so uncomfortable in the bottom of the bench and I was really scared of pausing things. So we selected some variations this block that would address that. So things like the Yukon bench and the long pause bench allow me to do some still very specific benching, but with an emphasis on my pecs and that lower part of the motion. I feel like my training intensity and my focus in the gym has been really good lately. A lot of that has to do with training more in the garage at home, even though this video is at the gym in town. But I feel like I need to pick up some slack in the diet. I've gotten pretty good about hitting my protein macro and making sure that I'm eating my 4 meals a day. But when I'm not hungry, carbs are the first thing to go because I have that protein macro in the forefront of my mind. So my carbs have been lagging behind and I have been accidentally losing a little bit of weight, which is not the goal. I think my overall goal is to be big and strong, so I should not be accidentally losing weight. And carbs are good for performance anyway, so a bump in carbs is good for me not losing weight and also going into this peak, making sure that I have, more carbs in my diet is going to be helpful for making sure I'm as strong as I can be on the day. It's pretty funny to be at the point where the protein macro is no longer the issue for me. So when I first started, I really struggled to hit even 50 grams of protein, and I never understood how women even got to the high 100s grams of protein in a day. I just couldn't conceptualize it. So first I started trying to get 50 and then I started working my way up to 100. I was like barely hitting 100 in a day, and now I'm pretty comfortably hitting 150 grams of protein a day. And so now I can kind of switch my focus and move towards the next step in getting my diet more optimal. I'm also pretty proud that I've been able to do this with whole foods because in the past I've had a protein shake in there, which is not a bad thing at all. Protein quality is probably the same, but the micronutrients that come along with whole food are debatably better for performance, or at least I feel like they're better for performance. And it's also nice that I don't feel as bogged down. I noticed whenever I was drinking protein shakes that I never felt very good after drinking them, so not having them in my diet has been helpful for digestion and just overall feeling better. So for my carbs, I'm structuring it similarly to how I have my protein structure, where I'm going to try to hit a target macro, but from a list of clean foods that I like and I feel good when I eat. The reason I do that is because I burn out on foods really quickly, so a more traditional diet where everything is planned out doesn't really work for me because I'll just get sick of it and then I won't do it. And then if it fits your macros, traditional where you get your macros from, whatever is available, also doesn't work for me because then I just feel like shit and then my training doesn't go very well. And I also don't want to make it sound like I'm eating exclusively clean foods. More so the goal is to get the clean foods down first, because tons of people talk about how difficult it is to, especially if you're a hard gainer, gain weight with just clean foods. I'm going to be eating cookies. I just have the goal of getting my clean food that I need to eat for the day down first, and then eating, supplementing the carbs with cookies and candy, but that's not where my major carb source is. So obviously the goal of the bulk is to get bigger muscles because bigger muscles are stronger muscles. And I don't just want to bench 2 plates. I want to walk into the grocery store and have people look at me and know that I bench 2 plates. So alongside having more of a bodybuilding type diet, I also include more isolation work than I think would be absolutely necessary if I were training purely for powerlifting. So after I finish all of the exercises that Sam tells me will be optimal for increasing my bench press, I add in some volume on lateral raises, on some rear delt motions, some curls, and things like that. And I stick to mostly isolation exercises in order to prevent adding a lot of extra systemic fatigue that might interfere with the overall structure of the powerlifting program. So in conclusion, lift heavy weights, get a sick pump, and then go home and eat some tasty treats.
All right, greetings there, fellas. Editor Sam here. I believe the next time we do one of these for Kirsten's Road to a 2-Plate Bench Press, We're going to have her answer any questions you guys have. So if you have any questions for the great Kirsten Long to answer in the next one, lifting related, unlifting related, she's just excited to get some questions and answer them. Leave them below on this video, and we'll probably answer at least a few of them on the next one, because she always panics and doesn't like voicing over when she doesn't know what to say. So I figured some questions to answer would give some direction to the next one and give her the opportunity to get a little bit more comfortable talking in front of a camera. Thank you guys for watching. As always, we appreciate your support.